Uh-oh. I totally forgot to hit that button. Let's see here. Nope. There we go. There we go. There we go. Alright, cool. Cool, that looks a lot better. How's everybody doing tonight? Alright, Osaka it is. Let's see here. Alright, I'm hoping that everything is in place. I just don't know. Oh, Brancliffe and Savage, how are you doing? Thank you for joining tonight. I have not done this in a while, so I don't know if everything is mixed right. I don't know if the game is too loud or otherwise. How do I sound to everybody? Live and audible. Okay. Am I overpowering the audio too much, or can everybody hear it just fine? Also, I hope you feel better soon, Lauren. Some farty sounding tubes. I do love me some good brass. And my goodness, does this game love its brass. You think I'm fine? Seems like things are balanced so far. Alright, that's good. That's good. I wasn't sure. Like I said, it's been a long while since I did this, so I just kind of pulled everything out my ass and tried to make it work. But otherwise, besides all of that, how's everybody doing? How's everybody's weeks going? Because from our perspective over here, my lady and I have been working, practically pulling double time on trying to make this, make everything work really well, and I'm very proud of her and how the channel is going so far, because we have put in quite a bit of work lately. And the shorts are doing very well. Life is hard, but I just had some pizza, so maybe it's not all bad. Yeah. Can never underestimate a good pizza. Wow, just noticed you hit 5K. I don't remember what you were before, but this seems like a lot of growth. Shoot, where was I last? I feel like it was like 3.5 or 4, somewhere in there, might be the last time, because 3.5 sticks out in my mind. But yeah, nonetheless, growth has been a lot better. Growth has certainly been a hell of a lot better, which is very nice. It's interesting. It's interesting from an analytical perspective as to like how much shorts actually work. Because for such a long time, I've not really concerned myself with them too much, which is obviously a foolish gamble on my end, because they're obviously very useful. It's basically what the standard has become for content creation online. So I should have just been doing these more often from the beginning, and that just did not happen, which is a lot of the reason why I've got to play so much catch-up here, and why, like, this Godzilla review that was released earlier today did not come out at, you know, when it probably should have. Same time last year, you were at 4.5K. Oh, wow, we gained almost 1,000 in a... well, I wouldn't even say necessarily a full year. It took like 6 months off or so. No, not 6 months, sorry. It was like 3 months, something like that, so... Yeah, it's definitely quite a bit of growth. I'm very happy with how things are turning so far. Speaking of which, do you know when AdSense updates? Mine doesn't have doesn't have my ad revenue for April yet. Oh, I have not really paid attention much at all to anything, because I'm, you know, all the shorts and everything that we end up making are even like the big one recently, which was the Warhammer short. That was only, I think it was only like 10 cents. Like, it was some pathetic amount of money. So like everything we make is basically just, you know, desperately shilling for pennies at this point. So I haven't even really paid attention to AdSense. I would assume that it's near the end of every month, if not at the end of every month, because that's when you're supposed to get paid out if you hit the requirement. Brian Morrison, hello, how are you? I'm glad you could join. How are you doing today? Doing good? Great. Glad to hear. $0.10 in this economy? That was Bidenomics, am I right? Yeah. Yeah. gotta love how all of this is just going so terribly right now. And then man, you know, I kind of wish I did a live stream after that Civil War video that I released last week, but man, I had some words about some of the takes in that comment section. economy's not doing bad at all. What do you mean? It's like $4 a gallon of gas on average. The Fed has been hiking the tax rates. They just got done keeping the tax rate flat. Everyone's desperate for crypto to take off. And then they're gonna potentially apply that bullshit, like, near 50% tax on crypto, and then 25% on unrealized capital gains. It's... Also, yes, it's Gojira. If I get through this one fast enough to, not that this is like a speed run or anything of the nature, I don't think anybody could speed run this game. If I do get through this one soon, at a relatively decent time, I'll try and, well, not try, I actually spend most of the day setting it up, so I can actually turn the GameCube on and get actual, like, direct HD from the GameCube itself, and we'll do Godzilla Destroy All Monsters. My thought when seeing that video pop up in the sub box was, wow, I wonder what made him decide to revisit old MCU movies. Whoops, I completely forgot a Civil War is a future possibility. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty, it's a pretty shitty realization that very much could happen. Yeah, no, if I wanted to do a proper revisit of the MCU, I'd do it in a series format like I want to do for that, for the Jurassic Park series that I'm doing. We're still working on that. The screenplay, the video notes for, like, what images are what is... It's asinine. It's like I'm writing a small book. I've gone through so many pages. Adrian Tepesh, Destroy All Monsters was pretty good. Yes, it was. And also, thank you for joining. Glad you could make it, buddy. And despite how few views you may have gotten for that timeline video, I thought it was much better done than many of your other videos. So keep up the good work, buddy. Jurassic Park only has one good movie. I am inclined to agree, Pip Pip. Also, welcome. Glad to see you here. How are you doing? How are both of you and Adrian doing? Yeah, the damn... So, I went through and, like, I already went through and recorded the audio, and just trying to go through and discuss the movie itself, and, like, the sort of standard recapping of the story is, it's 45 minutes long. Yeah, the screenplay itself for the actual video is going to be quite long. I don't know how many images. It'll probably, honestly, be, I don't know, like, I don't know, it's somewhere upwards of almost 200 images, I think. It's gonna be nutty. But the amount of editing that's going to too, as well as video clips, I was not prepared when I said, don't worry, it's coming soon. The Jurassic Park video was never going to come out soon. Lords of Shadow Timeline just debuted. Yes. If anybody wants to see his recent, Adrian Tepesh's recent video, the debut of his Lord of Shadow Timeline video, you can go check out his channel, Adrian Tepesh, on YouTube, and it's quite informative. Learned a good bit from that one. Recommended retro games tomorrow? Oh, nice. I think I might have seen something like that earlier. I've been so busy. But cool, yeah. I'm glad to see an expansion. expansion of content, and hope it goes out well. Was this on DOS? Hey, Chaos, how you doing, buddy? No, this is not on DOS. This is, well, I don't think Super Godzilla ever came out on anything else but the Super Famicom and the, Super Nintendo. Come down and fight me. Stop wasting my time. Link to the video channel isn't showing up on my end. How is it not? What is this? Let's see here. Whoop, there we go. Got it. Here. Give a shout out right there for you. Anybody who wants to check out Adrian's channel, there you go. There's a link by me. Balls. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Again, the channel link to Adrian's channel is in the chat right there. If you want to check out the debut of his Lord's Shadow Timeline video, it's right there, among many other Castlevania-focused content and more. Thanks, you're welcome. Let's see here. So many consoles. I would be surprised if anyone else knew that 3DO was not just a developer, but had their own console for their four games. Enjoyed playing Star Control on 3DO. I never did play the 3DO, although I have heard many horror stories of certain games. And correct me if I'm wrong, Chaos, but I'm pretty sure one of them was Echo the Dolphin. Because that one was infamous. I had no idea Castlevania part of YouTube was a thing. Love to see someone trying to create a new space. Oh yeah, no, Castlevania, any franchise, the Godzilla franchise, that whole community is enormous. Basically, if there's a franchise and a following community for it, there's probably a large sect of people on YouTube that, you know, follow it. Side note, I really probably should check to see if anybody actually, like, reacted to my, Castlevania video for Nocturne. It would be nice to see if, there were fewer idiots out there than I thought. Adrian did a community post on who do you think would win, Castlevania Dracula or Diablo? I'm surprised Death Battle did Dracula vs. Ganondorf instead of Diablo vs. Dracula. Oh. Strictly on a one-on-one basis, I'd have to go with Dracula. I don't know much about the Diablo game franchise. I was not a big fan, despite being the Blizzard baby that I have been for most of my life. Diablo is brute strength. He's basically brute strength, but the difference lies in how he, like anyone else, reacts to general fighters, because there's so many different people that have come through and defeated Diablo in the past. For example, you could be a witch doctor, you could be you could be anything from a paladin, a knight, to a witch doctor, to just a normal demon hunter, and using, you know, non-holy weapons are enough to defeat Dracula in most cases. Especially in the case that canonically Dracula basically just brushes that shit off. It's like the only reason like anyone else is able to do anything against him is because of because it's a game. Like it's basically it. Not to mention, even though he is unholy, Dracula is also powered by the Chaos Realm itself. So he's powered by hell. Like, it is his Duracell battery. And even if he gets hit with holy weapons, he's still quite powerful. I can imagine, like, I can actually see Dracula winning most encounters militarily. I would assume that the preemptive Zerg strike or Zerg rush that he does, for all of the demons and everything you have to fight all the time, probably would end up being where Dracula would lose out. But again, he's so much more powerful. I don't know. Actually, hold on. I don't know. That would be one to really try to compare, is the armies between Dracula and Diablo. That, like, the bosses, how do they compare? That'd be a monumental task. Alright, let me punch you. Do we know if Death Battle is going to make it after the Rooster Teeth collapse? I have no idea. I have been so focused on work, both in my day job and doing YouTube and creating assets, I have no idea. I'm sure it was quite the shock for them to realize, like, oh no, we're out of a job. They're all probably hoping secretly, like, crap, maybe we should make a 4th Superman and Goku Death Battle so we can pay the bills. I did! I watched the Netflix video. Is it that bad? Yes. Yes, it is. It is, Brian. I don't know if I did an hour-long stream talking about every little detail that I could touch on everything that actually went wrong with that. I don't know if I could. It's rough. Like, every facet of that, of Nocturne in particular. The last 2 seasons of the first show are terrible. They're really bad. They're not, like, necessarily as terrible as Nocturne was. But it's rough. It is rough. Writing, animation, character choices, consequences, the brushing off of consequences and actions. Like, pick your poison. The amount of problems in Nocturne are incredible. Like, I don't even know, like, how else to break it down. There we go. Yeah, there's the button. Death Battle will keep its videos up, but I am not certain what will happen in terms of new episodes. I don't see why they couldn't continue. That's like the big thing that really frustrates me about that argument. It's like everyone's acting like Death Battle's over. It's like, if these guys have any brains worth a shit, they would easily be able to make this work. Syndrovania and Stock have been pretty quiet lately. The other Castlevania channels, I hope they are okay. Ah, no, I didn't mean to do that. I was reading. Shit. Damn it, Lauren, making me read. You found a reaction to my video. Oh. Is it good or bad? I'm very curious. Oh yeah, that's a good question. Is it Alucard's video or is it mine? Oh no. Fuck, I was so close. This is the shit I hate about this Mechagodzilla fight. This bastard just won't stop spamming that stupid fucking warp attack. Oh, no! Damn it! Got it. Okay. I enjoyed the video. It brought out some of the same points I had about Nocturne. I have many problems. A few things I can praise about it, but I will get called a bigot if I called... Wow, I need to stop reading. I should just stay an illiterate moron because I keep doing stupid things in games. You'll be called a bigot if you call some bad stuff out. Dude, who cares? If you're concerned about somebody trying to browbeat you because you disagree with them politically, ideologically, whatever the case, fuck them. Who cares? You know, turn the other cheek is perhaps the best way to look at that lesson, because I don't really give a shit about any of the stupidity that exists in the comments section on that video, because there are a lot of really, really terrible takes. But who cares? It just stand, you know, take a stand. Who cares what anyone else has to say or think? And just move on. That's like the biggest thing that these people will try to do, is they will try to make you believe that you are alone, that you are the oddity. It's simply not true. It can be overwhelming at times, but just, you're not alone. You're absolutely not. Didn't watch it yet, too much distraction? No problem. It can be pretty hard to be the lone survivor in the post-woke mob. It helps if you still have some friends who understand. Yes. Yes, absolutely. It's also a matter of understanding the grand scope of things. People will attack you as an individual, as a small creator, because they want to make you, like I said, they want to make you feel weak, small, helpless. They want you to... They want to beat you through demoralization. That's the main feature. So when these people come after you, no, seriously, like, it doesn't matter. I don't care who they are. They do not have the right of it to beat you down like this. And on the grand scale of things, they really are losing. They are, and this is why there's a really good line from a lot of the YouTube news commentators. There's a really good line that if they were winning, the propaganda wouldn't be needed. And that is very true. because they are throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, to try to stick anything they can to the wall, because they have nothing else. They're running out of tactics, effectively. That's why I'm doing retro game recommendations now, talking about how the older games led up to the games we have now. See, that I really like history, so even to see something like that pop up is very good, because it's nice. This is why I play retro games a lot. The retro games are simple, they're easy, they don't take a shitzillion years to play. They're far easier to understand in most cases. This is how things basically should be. Yeah, I stand my ground against that stupidity. I can't let that get into my system. Yes, absolutely. They will do anything and everything they can to demoralize you. And when you're demoralized, they've won. Stand tall, stand by your convictions. You will get through it. No matter how much they throw at you. At anybody. They say angry comments to piss you off. It's bait. Absolutely. Yes, that's... The amount of responses I put out... That Castlevania Nocturne video was a learning lesson for me. A teaching moment, because the amount of time I spent in the comments section when I should have been writing and editing video and whatnot was incredible. I started at I think it was 10 in the morning, something like that. I didn't realize that I was when I looked down to actually check what time it was fucking noon. I spent 2 hours just going through the whole comments section, and there's obviously the number of comments in that video has increased exponentially. It's near 1,500, something like that. There's a lot in that video. It's insane. But they can't do anything else, you know? They're gonna piss you off to waste your time, because that's all they can do. Wait until you see Fallout, Albeleo. It's ridiculous to the point of hilarious, like Troll 2, over the top. You know, I actually have watched it. My lady and I watched most of it the other day, and then I finished it separately. I would hope she has seen it. And man, I don't know anything about Fallout, as I've mentioned before to people. And oh Nelly, was it rough. Balls. I came up with a joke right away for the review too. It was allow me to introduce you to the two things I know the most about Fallout: fuck and all. Now on with the review. It's I know nothing, and I can only imagine that the general feel of Fallout is probably in there, based on what I saw. Again, I'm just totally spitballing because I have no fucking idea. But watching that was kind of painful. There were certain there are moments I did like about it, like the I suppose if anybody cares, cover your ears for spoilers, but there's the moment when Maximus saves Lucy in Vault 4, and it was so fucking funny. I was laughing out loud. Oh, sorry. Maybe somebody should check up on him. That was good. But beyond that, there's nothing else that's actually good. Well, that's not true. Some of the some of the screenwriting is actually a lot better than I've seen in most of the shows that have come up lately. They did a pretty good job of tying in a lot of stuff from the very beginning to the very end. The lesson, the Spanish lesson that the ghoul learned from years past, and the tie-in of what was happening through Vault-Tec and moving forward. All of that was actually, it's better than most of the shit that's happened recently, which was kind of interesting to see. But man, not impressed. Like, the rest of it, no. Don't feel bad. I think the algorithm likes the engagement. Yes, absolutely. The no matter how terrible the comments section may be, it's goofy that they did this, but YouTube actually is totally okay with. Well, actually, no. I understand why they did it, but any interaction whatsoever is positive interaction. It doesn't matter. It could be downvotes, it could be negative comments, all of it is, all of it increases the video and its algorithmic performance. Say thank you to the troll comments. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to try to troll the trolls. People still can't decide whether the TV show cut New Vegas, usually considered the best one, out of the canon. And the execs are trying to tell people it didn't, but the evidence doesn't line up. Yeah, Nova was talking about that. Like, there's a major faction that was completely wiped out or something. It's, New California, which is, it was bombed. It's not there. And within the fandom, there's a huge divide between fans of Bethesda, Fallout 3, 4, and 76, and not Bethesda, Fallout 1, 2, and New Vegas. I thought Bethesda did do New Vegas. Okay. Fallout is like Star Wars Episode 7 through 9. It's a soft reboot. I felt like the ghoul, played by Walter Goggins, was the best part of it. Walton at least mowed him, even if his character had plot benefits. Yes. Maximus is the worst character. He is terrible. The ghoul has been around for 200 years, and while he is a flat character, he's consistent. I don't like how inconsistent Lucy was, though. Lucy actually frustrated me, because she goes from learning a bunch of things, and she goes from, like, learning a bunch of harsh lessons to becoming an idiot the next episode, like when she meets the fiends on the bridge with Maximus. I get that she wants to be nice and all that, but she did just nearly get, absolutely destroyed. And then she almost got killed right there. It's like you went through two harsh lessons back to back, and then she just doesn't react well, which I thought was just so goofy. New California Republic, or NCR. They just nuked the Capitol into a crater, and they did nuke the fridge from Indiana Jones. Did anyone else notice that fridge had a gaping hole in the back of it? I can't be the only one that noticed that. If any of you have seen Fallout, which I would assume most of you have, does anyone else remember the gigantic hole in the back of that stupid fridge? They tried to say that her skills didn't mean much in the world outside of the vault, but the plot conveniences worked against it. um... Yes and no. She's not a bad shot, which I thought was interesting. They at least did try to show that she was, like, training. Although the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu threw me off, because there's no way they'd be teaching that. They wouldn't be teaching that. She would probably at best be learning, like, Greco-Roman wrestling, not Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It wasn't even around yet. As for most of the skills, I mean, I really like her personality and how she's... You know what Lucy reminds me of? She's actually sort of like Goku, where she's a positive, like, she's a flat positive character that tries to benefit, like tries to help people around the world and whatnot. And then they just kind of shift everything. And that shift is awesome. It's not a shift, it's whiplash, because she's just an idiot for no good reason. You haven't watched, I haven't watched it yet, but I don't really care about seeing spoilers in stuff in general. Gotcha. Okay. No problem, no problem. As long as it doesn't, like, ruin the experience for you, I suppose. I don't generally care about spoilers myself. Like, I'm totally fine with them. But I know some people will complain about it. So, it's just fair. No! Oh, damn it. Balls. It's just annoying to me how many times Fallout did nuke the fridge. The best one was in the game New Vegas, where Indiana Jones didn't make it. Yeah. You know, something else that really bugged me was also the T-60 armor. The armor is like I watched a couple videos just to kind of get a ballpark of what happened in the war and whatnot. Not that I really understood half of it, because I was working at the same time, so it was just kind of background noise. So I did a disservice to many of the videos that I was watching. But the T-60 armor, not impressed. I know that it's the main thing in the series that people like to get, but yeah, they screwed that one up. They really screwed the pooch on that one, because for as cool as it was to see practical armor on screen, because otherwise it would have been CGI, right? I thought it was great to see it practical. I don't like that the armor had next to no mobility whatsoever. And then also it, the strength of the user was inconsistent as shit. That drove me insane. The main issue with Fallout is the fact they don't want the tension to stick. If they could hold on to the tension over multiple episodes, like in the 100 TV show on CW, Fallout would be better. Tonal consistency is another problem. There were some moments that were really close to being genuinely good, and then there were a lot of moments that threw me off. I don't know how my lady reacted, if she's even actually seen the last few episodes, but Vault 4 threw me off, because I appreciate the joke that they were trying to make about it being that these guys were actually totally fine, but it's hypocritical because these were mutants who came down from the surface and were breeding with women against their will. The women were being eaten by these monsters, and then Lucy's just like, oh yeah, I guess you are okay, because you're cool people. And it's like, what? Wait, how are we here? Like, God, it's just... I'm not impressed. I can see why some people thought it was good initially, but there are people, like... I have to disagree with people like Critical Drinker here, and I love Drinker. Drinker's great, but oh boy, Fallout was not good. Fallout was very much not good. Damn it! Stupid ass plant. Overgrown, Bulbasaur-looking motherfucker. Are you kidding me? Ah, I had that punch too. All that fucking build up and momentum gone. Oh, and it did count as a... Fucking, I hate the Biolante fight. The Biolante fight pisses me off to no end. Apparently, they released all the episodes at once instead of the usual once per week. What do you think about that? I think that it's actually a really stupid thing to release everything all at once because it creates a binge model. The binge model was foolish. We should never have done it. The binge model was one of the worst things we could have done to the filming the film industry in general. It creates too high of a short-term gain and nowhere near enough of a long-term relevance or benefit for that matter. Pause. There we go. Once a week, it maintains relevance. It gives people something to do. It gives people to catch up, time to catch up, and it also allows people just in general to catch up on content. There's a lot that goes into why the binge model itself was not good. If it was something that had very little faith, like, let's say, Velma, for example, because I know Season 2 just recently is still coming out. You would be able to find out in a short amount of time whether or not it would be worthwhile to at least test. That's simply not the case for a lot of things today with the model, because everything is just get it all out as fast as you can. But the binge model is very reflective of the way things are going on right now in the filming industry, because there are far too many short-term gains for long-term loss. The binge model is reflective of a great many things. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Let's see. Emil writes at Bethesda for Skyrim, Fallout 3, 4, and 76. The decisions and branching plots are lame compared to Oblivion or Morrowind. His writing on TV episodes outside of games is all right. Okay. I don't know. I don't know who Emil is. Monsters pillage the vault and the women. Nah, they cool. They just misunderstood. They didn't mean it. Yeah, exactly. It's such a stupid argument, because it's being totally okay with evil and allowing shit to happen, and it's like there is no way any of that shit should have worked. Like, as soon as Maximus saw everything going sideways and them taking Lucy down the hallway with her, with the guards, he was right to go out and do that and get the suit and whatnot. It's just, man, what they did was frustrating. There we go. Biolante is kind of my favorite kaiju. Biolante is a really strong design. Like, she is one of the strongest designs in the whole of the Heisei era. Hands down. Like, that's, like, easily. And the Heisei era had probably, consistently, the strongest designs of all of the monsters in the franchise. You know, I don't like this fight because she's annoying. Because Super Godzilla is a shit game. It's so bad. Part of some streaming series is the binge watching. If you can't get the binge, sometimes weekly bores you a bit. Yeah, but it also allows it to maintain relevance for a longer period of time. I'm an old timer, just but I burn out watching it all at once. I watch maybe one a day. I gotcha. Ah, damn it, couldn't get it. New mic is working better. Great, awesome. I did mean to ask you, Adrian, was the stream that you want to do with me at some point? I was going to ask you if I was going to have to respond to the AI voices, or if it was going to be you. So I'm glad to hear you got a new mic and that it's working. I think I just got Nom flashbacks upon realizing that Velma Season 2 is still happening. Yeah. And Sue really wants me to review it. And I get why, but I'm like, no, Sue, I don't want to. I think Biolante just killed me. I get burnout from watching binge. Yes. Yeah, I figured she got here. I didn't get the defense on in time. I should have put the defense on. What? The main idea of Fallout games is that factions have their bad sides. I felt like the Brotherhood got a bit exaggerated, but they are real... Oh my... Fucking stubby-armed, lethargic-ass lizard. I swear to God. I'll take it. I felt like the Brotherhood got a bit exaggerated, but they are real dicks in the games. They respect the player for skills. Oh, okay. I don't know how any of the portrayals are, so I just kind of had to go with it. And I thought, oh, the Brotherhood of Steel is like literally the only serious group in the entire show, shy of whatever Malvador. Like, what a Malvador. Was that her name? Because that was a terrible fucking name. I'm going to schedule those Castlevania streams in SteamYard soon. Great. Nah, you get to hear my real gruff voice. Awesome. Can't wait. Lauren, I'm still beaten down from the first season. I couldn't stomach Velma Season 2. I don't blame... Oh, you... Punch, you fucking... God... Oh, she chest bumped me. However, could I possibly hold my arm, lift my arm and defend myself? God, this game frustrates me. If it's any consolation, the nigh universal negative response to Velma will probably be good for the growth, if Rings of Power is any indication. Yeah, definitely. I don't intend on doing episode by episode. I think with Velma, just like Fallout, I am going to approach it from a really big breakdown. Two health! What? Get... You... bitch! Fuck! Fuck! I timed it! God, finally! Two health, my ass, blow me game. Where was I? Oh yeah, Rings of Power growth, yes. a single bigger episode for each of the shows is probably what I'm going to end up doing. Except for Rings of Power, I am going to milk that shit like the dairy industry. I forget that Velma exists, and I feel that in the words of Harry and Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber, that's a good thing. It is. For most people, it is. I also like the smog toxic sludge monster too. That is Hedora. Forget what it was called, but yeah, Hedora. Hedorah. Hedora. That was a fucky movie too. The show really made me hate the NCR. Oh, hey Draylin, how are you? And Dustin W. Hello, welcome. How are you guys doing tonight? Hate the NCR. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I don't know anything about it. I just know that they're a crater. I'm tired of Fallout always resetting civilization every time it gets close to recovering, like nuking the NCR. Okay. You would think that. Well, I suppose I understand why a lot of businesses and models don't want to like go too far beyond something, because if you get past it and you're not really willing to grow, you're not going to see the kind of change that are necessary. Very few actually do. I mean, you look at Metroid, Metroid Dread, with what they did with Samus. The fact that she's, you know, a Metroid now. Like, it was pretty interesting to see. But so few are actually going to, like, do something similar. Bethesda Soft rebooting Fallout is disappointing because they made a world like the early Fallout games with Elder Scrolls. Yes. Yes. But that speaks to a greater problem of the laziness of everything in the industry as a whole. The fierce, apathetic Black Queen. Hello, how are you? And welcome. Velma, Velma kind like Bollywood version of Brown Velma who went mocking the West today. Oh, yeah. Well, they, it's certainly interesting how, it's interesting to me how Bollywood has, like, managed to somehow, like, well, no, I understand why. It's really goofy shit, but Bollywood has managed to, like, completely dominate a large sect of, like, online content creation and discussion and whatnot. They're so goofy. They're so damn goofy. Especially that Terminator movie. That movie's nuts. Bethesda never changes. Yes. Yeah, it's a good play on words. It is. Elder Scrolls games feature roadside taverns, towns, and cities. Fallout 2 shows a world like Oblivion or Morrowind with the developing Western California and IIRC. Fallout 2 does go up to Oregon. Oh, interesting. Yo, you're a new sub? Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying everything so far. And me getting frustrated at this game. Monkey Man is interesting. Not Cash Patel. What's his name? Dave Patel? I don't know the premise of it, though I've seen it's like a fighting movie. And just about anything combat related I am interested in. I've seen gore in Fallout, but the puke monster and the piranhas eating the woman was sick. It was interesting that they went that far, because that scene is the one that really frustrated me, because that should have been the, hey, these people are not trustworthy, so what are you doing, Lucy? Like, that one really frustrated me, because that should have been the point of no return for the nonsense that she was going through. It also reminded me too, because I didn't think it was a bad scene. It reminded me of Alien vs. Predator Requiem. It was interesting because it reminded me of that, because it was willing to go so far to show like the brutality of what's happening. And while I generally don't mind, I'm not a fan of gore, especially if it's excessive. It's like a sex scene. It's like, I appreciate it, but I would prefer it be hinted at rather than explicit, because it does just generally take away from things. The gulper didn't have human fingers in its mouth, like part of the tongue. Yep. That was an interesting thing to see. I mean, Fallout 2 has a guy getting punched in half like it's RoboCop 87, but the part of the monsters being the woman's babies and eating was sickening. Yeah, like I said, it was an interesting scene. But again, why on earth did Lucy give them a pass? Why? Just Dre? Yeah, it had those things in it. Man, I feel bad for RoboCop. Man died, and they still made him go to work the next day. Yes. Well, if that isn't a perfect example of the criticism of crony capitalism they were going for RoboCop, I don't know what was. It's very true. It's very, very true. Oh, I also forgot to ask, Queen, you said that Monkey Man is interesting. Have you seen it? Because I haven't. Honestly, I like how naive Lucy is at times. Yes, agreed. Like, she should be fairly naive and quite hopeful, which they absolutely nailed. Like the start, but I feel like she should have seen the world is evil during the wedding battle. I mean, maybe I'm just odd. Yeah, the wedding is so. It's like they tried to have their own like red wedding scene, which I get in theory. But when it's so early in the first episode, it's not gonna land. You need actual build-up, actual like stakes and people to care for, and for them to have thrown all of that out before even really getting us interested in the story, you know, it's like oh well, here's the ghoul, and then the world blows up, and you're like, okay, great. So John Connor failed, and then we immediately jump to a whole new section of characters, and you're like, who are these people? It doesn't work. Although, well, no, not even although. It actually, the more I think about it, the more of a problem it actually is in the long run, because showing how willing to be vicious Lucy was from the get-go. Like, her training kicks in and everything. I wasn't angry about that. It was the fact that she was, like, she's really knowledgeable of raiders and everything. She's totally okay with all of this. Like, or not okay. She catches on to what the hell is going on so quickly, so easily. And this is the inconsistency that frustrates me. Instead of taking in these people, getting to know them over the course of a whole episode, and then the fight happens at the very, like, the beginning or the very, somewhere in episode 2. They rush straight into it, showing that she's a strong, competent individual. There's no wokeness here either, by the way. Like, there's not a drop of my complaint is about that being a concern. The problem I have is that she is inconsistent. She's like, oh no, it's a raider, and she kills him, no problem. And then immediately, like, she goes back to being just a naive little idiot. And it's like, why? Just why? The experiments in the old Fallout games had a point. The U.S. military in the games was planning to send space colonists to other planets and used vaults to test long-term confinement. Oh, is that what they were for? Because the show did not make that apparent. It was always about just surviving nuclear fallout. I can't wait for Castlevania Nocturne to have Black Annette join the Dahomey in Woman King Part 2. Annette uses her magical powers against the French vampires army and sold her people because reasons. Yes. Yes, and then she's eventually going to, invent the cotton gin and end slavery internationally. If the people from other vaults were that radioactive, they should be ghouls, like Cooper. Also, just in the series, they had to keep their radiation detection on radiation leaking in the vault. Okay. That's another thing. If someone wants a bounty hunter drama, like the ghoul was a bounty hunter, anime does bounty hunters best. Anime does do a lot of bounty hunters very well, yes. Like the Raiders were just without reason, I feel. Like they just attack, but what about stealing supplies or kidnapping? The ghoul is really the only reason I'm enjoying the show. Yeah. There is far too much that happens immediately into the show. It jumps right off. You have the Raiders, and then you have the father gets kidnapped, and then there's a hint at his past and the questions around that, and then it immediately goes into the mystery with Vault 32. And I thought, okay, Vault 32 is fine, but everything else is frustrating because, like, where is the information? It all just kind of it's too much. You know what they did right? You know the one thing that Bethesda did that Bethesda does best? They overloaded the shit out of you in the beginning of the game. Just like they did in Skyrim. You have no idea what the fuck's going on. You're just like, I'm just a dude. They retconned the whole space colony vision, which wasn't that great. Okay. Outlaw Star were bounty hunters? Yes, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I watched Outlaw Star. Thanks. I haven't thought about that in a long time. I had a question about Vault. These Vault people had good ones? Had good genes? Yeah, the longevity of the vaults didn't quite make sense to me, because the vaults were... Again, I don't give a shit about them being, ethnically diverse or any nonsense like that. I don't care. Like, I thought that was fine. I didn't understand... I didn't understand how these people, like, didn't change or evolve, like, as individuals for so long. That one frustrated me. I heard Castlevania Season 3 and 4 were woke. I cannot really remember what was woke. Then the new one comes out, and I binged it all in one setting, and the whole time I was like, where is Richter? Yes. Yep. Exactly. Where was Richter? That wasn't Richter. That was Twinker. As for Seasons 3 and 4, they are not, they are woke. Because there are a lot of, it tries to be a bit more subtle about things. The common example would often be the black, like, royal guard in the middle of in like 13 or 1400s France or wherever the hell they were, not France, I'm sorry, Romania, where they were. It's like, it just, that wouldn't have happened. Season 3 and 4 are not, they're not woke like Nocturne is. The main problem is that it's just a really shitty fucking storytelling. And Season 4 obviously has to compensate for a lot of problems, because you have the real-life shit that happened with the writer. I think it was Warren Ellis. I think it was Warren Ellis, I can't remember. Adrian, you could probably correct me on that. And overall, just the number of problems that came up in Season 4 is so crazy. But Season 4 has to compensate not just for continuing Season 3 and trying to make that story work, it also has to compensate for Season 5 and possibly 6 because of the drama that came up. So they had to end shit early. I meant use their highest IQ and healthy status that made it good genes. Is that a case? I misunderstood you, Queen. I'm sorry. Speaking of fumbling the main character, are you going to cover the Knuckles TV show? I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't really interested in it, so probably not. Although I may watch it just to get an idea. Okay, but the writing didn't make them seem high IQ. A lot of the characters are really stupid. They're all really naive. But after that, vampires can then tank hits from the vampire killer. Yes, exactly a point that I brought up too. I hated that. All these vampires are super tanky, super strong, all of this other shit, and for some reason, vampire killer is totally fucking useless. If one's in 1476, the Ottoman Empire had a huge slave trade in the Mediterranean. Yes. And that was, give or take, that was, give or take, I want to say that was near the Balkans, too, because that was another major issue. Well, actually, no, I might be thinking about far later. I'm thinking, like, 1800s, now I think about it. Ignore me, I'm an idiot. Look at Arcane. Arcane, great show, is not woke. World building was very interesting and fun. Yeah, I don't know anything, really, about League of Legends, and I have heard basically nothing but universal praise about Arcane. So, it's one I have to go back and watch. Adi Shankar, I think, is the main producer at Netflix. I'm so confident. I'm so confident that Ellis was the guy that got in trouble. What was the drama in regards to? Oh, Draylin, the drama was basically Me Too accusations and sexual assault allegations against the primary writer for Castlevania. And again, I'm confident it was Warren Ellis, but he got in trouble because he was, Me Too, basically. And so because of that, they had to rush season 4, which then had to overcompensate for season 5 as well, because they wanted to run it like 4 or 5. I laughed twice watching Knuckles. I wanted it to be good, but honestly, I was so bored. You know? Oh yeah, I gotcha. And that's not a. That doesn't fill me with confidence that it's going to be worthwhile. Alright, I'm back. What did I miss? More cities destroyed in the path of Godzilla? Well, yeah, just finished stage 4, and we're moving on to stage 5, which I believe is the last one. So, if things go well, I should be able to switch over to the GameCube and do some Destroy All Monsters. Of course, I gotta... Man, I have to survive... I have to survive... King Ghidorah, Mecha King Ghidorah, and Baggin. You thought Arcane was okay? Yeah, see, even like the weakest takes on it I've heard, people generally think it's at least worth watching. Ellis left later on, and Adi Shankar had to finish it? Yes. Yeah. Had lost... Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was right. Warren Ellis, lawsuits for sexual harassment. Which, you know, he was basically the reason why that whole show ended up going in the woke direction that it did. Like, he was the one that really pushed for Adrian... what did we call him? Alucard? Yeah. Alucard to get fucking railed in the ass by a bunch of Japanese twins. It was so unnecessary. Ottoman Barbary coast slave trade, but that was the 1700s to early 1840s. Yes, that was the one I was thinking about, because that's the Balkans in particular is when the founding fathers ended up running into a lot of issues where the Arabs would come in and they would take everybody. They would imprison American traders and whatnot at the time, and they sent a bunch of people over there and were like, what the fuck are you doing? And they were just like, yeah, we don't care, our you know, the Quran tells us we can do this. And then, you know, the US was like, alright, then we're gonna send a navy and we're gonna wipe you out. And they said, okay, we're sorry. Don't forget they're African American and Choctaw who were slave owners in the 1700s. Yep. A lot of people also tend to forget there was something like there were several thousand, somewhere between like 2,000 to 3,000 black slave owners here in the United States as well. Can't say that though. They'll go after you. It's like, yeah, well, fuck you. I don't care. It's like, the fact of the matter is, you guys, you know, black slave owners here were some of the most brutal in this country. Arcane was truly amazing. Good voice acting and amazing music. All the more reason to watch it. Can't say anyone but white Americans. Yeah. Yeah, well, they can suck my dick. Constantinople was turned into Istanbul, but they turned into a Mediterranean slave trade capital. And can we point out the white people who were enslaved? Yes, yeah, exactly. Everybody has been a slave. Like, This is why I made mention in that video that, oh, shit, what was the quote? No one's hands are clean of no one's hands are clean of blood in history. Yep. No one's hands are clean of blood in history. This is, this is exactly why I say all the time, I don't give a flying fuck about what these people have to say or what they have to think. Facts are the facts. I don't care. Did a heckin' wrong thing? Yeah, well. They can heckin' suck my heckin' dick. Native American slave owners who also still taken slaves with them during Trail of Tears. Yes. and fucking California. California, the state of California, was removing the Trail of Tears from being taught in schools. They were removing it from their curriculum. They were literally erasing history because it was too offensive. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Just no. It's like, it is history. It doesn't matter who was who or what was what. I mean, we're on the verge of going to war with China, and 80 years ago, they were our allies against Japan. And here I am today playing a game that was made by Japan. Like, it's shit moves all the time. Things switch all the time. It's okay for things to shift and move and do what they do. There's nothing wrong with that. The fact of the matter is, history is history. It doesn't matter who was right, who was wrong. It is what it is, and we just have to move on with that. End of discussion. Like, it's... Stop it. Co-worker of mine, when having a debate about slavery, said, "Oh, well, it was different when they enslaved each other and probably wasn't as bad as it was here." That's insane. That's insane. Are you, hold on, are you talking about, Draylon, are you talking about the African slave trade? The Arab slave trade? Are you talking about the Western slave, like the Atlantic slave trade? Like, which one? Things are very different. The world is just a giant version of Balkans. Yeah, base. At this point, I think it's a safe assumption. Although I would like to say it's a wee bit more hopeful. The only parts where Netflixvania felt like a Castlevania show was seasons 1 and 2, in my opinion. The rest was all fanfic. Season 3 and 4 I enjoyed, few parts of it. But where is Grant Dynasty? And why make Alucard buy? Your guess is as good as mine, man. I really wanted Grant to come in. Grant was my favorite in Castlevania 3. Best character. Addie hates Grant for some reason, and Alucard being bi feels more like he is in fact naive due to sex due to not... Wrong way, I gotta double back. Not ever being around anyone other than mom and dad, but that was my take. I get that him being naive to sex is a possibility, but at the same time, I mean, you would think that he would have had a conversation or at least some sort of knowledge about it. Why California not mention Trail of Tears? California can at least mention that slavery was never legal in California as a state. Yes. But it goes against the narrative. You can't challenge their orthodoxy. That's how it's always been. I feel like they really did not need to know, I did not need to know that about Alucard. Yeah. But, again, Warren Ellis caused so many fucking problems for Castlevania, and I hate to see it, because if they didn't go that direction, it could have been decent, but they couldn't do it. They let Warren run it, and Warren ruined anything less than anything that wasn't white, he considered less brutal and more civil. That was what the Americans did. Wow, well, California just erased some of native genocide. What next? Erased slavery in America? Yeah. Well, if they did, I'd be amazed if they did that, quite frankly. But nonetheless, yes, yeah. No, they've been pushing to try and remove that. California, though, they also went fucking psychotic and tried to replace. What did they try to remove? Shit. What? It was. They tried. Oh, they tried to get rid of like civil rights in California. I'm not even kidding. They actually tried to get rid of civil rights. This was a massive lawsuit that went through. It was in the middle of. You'd have to look this up. It's like California tries to remove. I think they were trying to get rid of. Oh! It was something like it was something because it's been so long. It was something like they wanted to try and get rid of. The ability to fire people, or they wanted to allow people to fuck with how they could hire somebody based on practices. I think I'd have to look into it again. It's been so long. I could probably message my girl and she could probably look it up and she'd probably find it right away. California is full of woke Nazis? Yes, absolutely. They're all fucking psychotic. If these people opened up a history book, their minds would fall out. Grant Dynasty was a rebel and a thief. His noble family was killed by Dracula. If anything, it would be a question of why team with the guy whose daddy killed my daddy. Yeah, but that could have easily played more. See, like, I've actually already, like, gone through, a mental exercise of trying to make that story work. You could easily do, like, an 8-episode, breakdown of things. I'd have to, like, write it down and whatnot, but you could easily do it. He would have to learn to trust, because in Balls. When was it? Well, in Castlevania 3, correct me if I'm wrong, but Grant's daughter dies, right? And he was a pirate. He was supposed to be a pirate, and then his daughter is killed, and then Trevor and Sypha go into, they end up going to the town, and they stumble across him. Common California. L? Yes. California tried, if not succeeded, to, overturn Civil Rights Act. Thank you. That's it. Statewide, yeah. The Civil Rights Act of 75 or 74, 68, 74, and 5. They tried to repeal those. California's insane. Music makes me think of Super Metroid? Yes. Well, this is very much that era. Goes to Texas safe way safe away from California wokeness? Yes, absolutely. Texas is one of the better states to go to, all things considered. Godzilla punch. The whole potential tension about Alucard was the son of Dracula would be better than that Greta gender swap. Yes. Yes. Yeah, the fact that they didn't, like, actually stick with anything and try to build upon what they had is frustrating. Everything to make a good series was there. It just takes an ounce of imagination. But obviously, Netflix doesn't have that, so we didn't get any of it. Oh, his family because his... Okay, I gotcha. Uh-oh, I hit the wrong button. Grant sent by the church? If I remember correctly, no. He just happened to be in the area. Sypha was sent by the church. Because in the games, and, you know, because Japan's not a bunch of dicks, the church is actually useful. Grant teamed up with Trevor because they shared the common enemy of Dracula. Sypha was a nun and basically an assassin for the church. I'm pretty sure she was actually a witch. I'll trust you, I'm probably just wrong, but nonetheless, yes. She was hired by the church to go in and help. God, I hate... There we go. Oh god, that was close. I feel like Alucard works more as a kind of shut-in, like a Till symphony, preferring to be alone and not wanting to feel intimacy, like being a sexual-ish person. That's what he's like in the story, though. Like, he is a shut-in. Actually, Maria Renard tries to hook up with him to be, you know, to be with him in post-symphony, but she's turned down. Like, Alucard is... Like, that's who Alucard is. Like, but they're just like, no. Just stick it in his ass, who cares? Not wanting to have or conceive children because he feels his blood was cursed and evil. Yep, exactly. Like, it's that all plays a part, yes. Still can't get over how, after trying to destroy Cleopatra, Netflix went after Alexander the Great and hired that My Grandmother lady again. Oh, great. I didn't know they went after Alexander, too. Please, let me punch you. I don't care what people tell you, but Dracula was black. Yeah. Bro had like a 10-foot vertical. He was the original Air Jordan. Nocturne of Recollection was where Alucard talks in little detail about how he's worried about Maria, but doesn't do much because he doesn't want to go psychotic. Yes, because Alucard also being inspired a bit by D from Vampire Hunter D. He doesn't want to cause any problems. He doesn't want to actually hurt anybody because he could lose himself in a bloodlust. Chaos Consortium, hello, welcome. How are you? What was a weird thing, where the Catholic Church gets more respect from the Japanese in the West. Yes. Yep. That's the cultural respect and everything that Japan offers everybody, even those that they're not particularly friendly with, is astonishing. I mean, just look at the way they even respect like Chinese deities, for example. It's really interesting, despite how bad things actually are right now for that relation. Castlevania games are based on the Hammer Dracula movies, where the holy power of God works against monsters like Dracula. Yes. All the more reason why Black Annette doesn't work. Yes. Yeah, they made women the real heroes of Alexander the Great's rise. Really, they like took all of his agency away. That's a shame. That's a shame too, because like he was my favorite rider in Fate, Unlimited Blade Works. No, not Unlimited Blade Works. Zero. Sorry, Fate Zero. Rider was best, and it's a shame to hear. Nature of the Church in Castlevania is based on the Dracula movies. Yeah. I'm just gonna see Dracula with an afro pimp slapping Trevor. I'm sure he probably would have if they had their way. It's sort of like the... It's been so long since I've seen them, I don't even really remember much of what happens, but it kind of reminds me of the old Blackula movies. Those were funny. At the height of that blaxploitation era. Yes, the space meatball of evil. Baggin. Since Dracula is a powerful alchemist in Castlevania universe, he'd probably make the best sneakers in the world before a human even invents it, because Castlevania lore. Yeah, he probably would. That's the funny thing. This is our ultimate weapon. Bacon. Yeah, no. I don't know why they didn't do that for, oh man, what was that episode of, Rick and Morty? Oh, the spider piece. It's like, oh, but they killed so many of our people. Yeah, but was that really a bad enough... Was that really such a price to pay for spider piece? The fucking car just manages to solve an international crisis that we didn't even know was happening. It'd be great if they did it with bacon instead. Dracula... Oh, Captain N's Dracula and Alucard? Oh, goodness. It's been so long since I've seen that. We used to actually... My brother and I used to actually have one of the old, thick comics. The ones that were, like, half an inch thick. It also had, and I think it also had some of the, original, Metroid, comics in it. Someone needs to make a t-shirt meme of Alucard saying vampires rule on a skateboard. I might do that if I can make an online store. That would be a great idea, Adrian. Like, you should absolutely do it. Just have him rocking down a half-pipe. I just hope Hollywood doesn't go after William the Conqueror. Yeah, but you know they probably would, though. They probably would, and that's the stupid thing. Well, now that you said it, yeah, probably jinxed it. It's over. They'll probably do it anyway. Love this theme. You know what would be really funny is like if you also put Adrian if you also put Alucard in you should put him in Captain N's leather jacket. the Letterman. Where is my gender-swapped pyramid head? Ugh. Perish the thought, please. I didn't hear the best things about Napoleon, but then again, Napoleon set a record for being a real historical figure shown in most movies. He might still hold that record. Really? I don't, you know, maybe. Actually, yeah. Napoleon is really famous. Yeah, historical figures. Yeah, actually... yeah, because if it's not someone like Cleopatra or Caesar, then it would probably have to be, yeah. I will have to see what copyright rules are for T-shirts, but I will do Captain N jokes if I get the chance. Sweet. Why not? Have fun with it. Have fun with it before Nintendo comes after everybody with copyright. Critical Drinker does a good review of Napoleon. Oh, sweet. Oh, no, I've seen it. I've seen it. He, I heard just about everybody just about everybody I knew said the same things about Napoleon. So it's a shame to hear that it is potentially that bad. But I never saw it myself, so I can't truly say, unfortunately. Was I supposed to go after... I think I was supposed to just go after Baggin. Whoops. I mean, I recall Napoleon at least showed up in a cameo role in many shows. Ranging from Bill and Ted to Count of Monte Cristo. Count of Monte Cristo was so good. Love that movie. Which I didn't even realize, like... just a crazy little side note. So not only is it Jim Caviezel who played the Count himself in Monte Cristo, his ward, the guy who the younger guy who helps him, is actually Henry Cavill. Netflix has the rights to the Narnia books. Oh, no. But the movies have been in production hell. Being a Christian allegorical fantasy series, it's going to be bad. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Jesus trained Superman. Yeah, basically. Oh, he was the son. You're right. He was the son. I totally forgot. Because she, the girl kept the relationship secret. That's right. So I'm not 100% on Godzilla lore, but are you stomping around the city in order to get power? No. While also fighting giant monsters to protect the people you stomped on? Yes and no. First off, this is, I was heading in the wrong direction. I did not mean to destroy the buildings that I did. the setting for Stage 5 is that Mecha King Ghidorah is wrecking shit, and you have to stop him from from destroying the city before it hits a certain threshold. Otherwise, you can't turn into this, which is Super Godzilla, the titular character, and power up, and you're insanely powerful in this form, and this allows you to beat Bagan. Netflix and Narnia, send the asteroid now. Yes. This is also, as I'm sure some of you could tell, this is actually the original, this is basically the original concept design for Space Godzilla. And now, here is probably the most painfully beloved monster in the Godzilla franchise. This is Bagan. They've had the rights since 2018. Oh, boy. The ultra-ancient past and brought the monster Bagan here. Yeah, Bagan is an ancient Chinese monster. I've got the Narnia books, even the Castle Librarian kept the copies. Wow. So why is a meatball attacking humanity? Is it for all the years we've ate its kin? Basically. And now it's like super jacked and roided out because it's pissed off that we did what we did. Isn't that funny? We basically just like pissed off space vegans and they're just invading and trying to destroy Earth with monsters. Ka-choo! The Bagan design is so good. Oh, got the good attack, too. I'm firing my laser! I also think Black Annette sucks. Vampire pun intended. Yes. She should have been an original character. Godric, that Scottish vampire from seasons 1 and 2, and have canon Annette at the same time. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't have had anywhere near as many complaints about Nocturne if they just didn't do what they had. Annette never needed to be this, you know, disciple, or this descendant of Groom. Like, piss off. The director of the Narnia movies is the Barbie movie director. Oh, no. Well, at the very least, she knows what she'll be doing behind the camera. But as for everything else, I'm not hopeful. And change the damsel in distress in trope, so their heart's desires. Yeah. Interesting enough, they did do original black vampire characters. I mean, Blade from the comics is even older than Alucard or Vampire Hunter D. How old is D in the comics, though? I thought D was really old, because he was the son of the Vampire King. I mean, wasn't she always just a reason for Richter to save, basically? But there was more reason. There's more behind it because they actually like give that reason in the games. The lore behind the games actually goes a bit more in depth. So it's really frustrating that a lot of people brush it off as, oh, she's just a damsel in distress. It's like, no, she actually has like a fair bit of character development. She's Annette becomes really good friends with all of the women that are taken. Tara, Maria, and I can never remember the last one's name. But she becomes very friendly with them and helps to keep them hopeful despite their situation. And Dracula actually wants them separated because it's like their hope is actually fucking virtual. Oh, I should have hit it. I thought the concept of Alucard has been around since the black and white movies. Yes, because Son of Dracula was actually just a way for them to bring the character Dracula back, and that was because the big mystery is that Alucard is literally just Dracula backwards, and they have to like piece together the puzzle. Blade was in publication longer, is what I meant. Oh, yes. By that, yes, you are correct. 73 and 89, yes. I don't really care and give a shit if I get called a bigot or a racist for hating Black and Net. I find it racist sometimes to race swap. It isn't just sometimes, it is always racist. Like, any time a character gets race swapped, it is a racist move. It is a racist move, period. It doesn't matter who it is. This is a neck-and-neck fight. I don't even know if I have an item on me. Oh no, I missed it! First D comic was in 83. Yes. Yes, because it precedes Castlevania. If anything, it's actually more sexist to say they're just damsels. Yes. That was an incredibly close fight. I'm so glad. that was probably the best run I've had against him for a very long time. God, the design is so good. You own the comics? Cool. Or the manga, I should say. God, I hated Maria in the show so much. Like, she just needed to wear a mask and chant slogan at the church. Yeah, basically. Maria is just damn near irredeemable in the show. Maybe instead of making Superman but black, Spider-Man but black, they could try to make an original idea for once. See, there's a litany of black characters that all exist in Marvel and DC and everywhere else. You just have to go and find them. You could just look them up. And it's really frustrating because like there's actually an argument to be made about how little these people actually understand about things, because there are two characters I use as an example in the Jurassic Park video. In the Jurassic Park video, I actually discuss a point of frustration that these woke people these woke morons actually don't know what they're talking about with these fandoms and whatnot, because uh, Robert Muldoon is a Nigerian, I believe, game warden for Jurassic Park, and he's originally hired by Hammond to come and work the park, and no one batted an eye at that. No one. Obviously, because the guy who played Muldoon was a very good actor. But it doesn't change the fact that, nonetheless, his character was race swapped. But you will never see any of these woke idiots actually complain about this because none of them have actually read the book. They don't understand or know any of the source material. They don't know and they don't care. Plain and simple. They don't. So you're not going to see that shit. And the other example too, Angelina Jolie's character in Wanted. Not that Wanted was a very good movie in the first place, but her character, the Fox, is a young black woman. Again, nobody complained about it because it was a relatively unknown comic that happened to be turned into a movie, even though it was butchered according to the fans of the comic. So yeah, there's a serious amount of hypocrisy, and this is why whenever you see a character that gets race swapped, and it doesn't matter who it is, or which way they get swapped, it is still wrong to do. But the hypocrisy is absolutely apparent because of the lack of knowledge that they have, and these are just two examples I could find immediately. Damsel in distress characters can be great. Look at Princess Peach and Zelda. Yes. Yeah, they work. They also kick their own ass. Peach is like one of the best characters in Smash Bros. Melee, just as a comparison. Also, another issue, why was France so clean? This is supposed to be the worst time in France's history, and yet everyone seems well-fed and happy. No homeless, no dirty streets. It was poorly done. Yes. Yeah, there's no such thing as historical accuracy in Nocturne. Like, again, even if I had like an hour-long video, I couldn't discuss everything wrong with it. Dwayne McDuffie is missed. He made new characters, including Static Shock. Yes, I remember that shit growing up, too. Static Shock was awesome. He also wrote good issues of Fantastic Four and Justice League comics. Sweet. You were able to squeeze the entire game into one stream. Good call on the game selection. Thank you. And I did happen to see that Shadowmaster popped in here. Where are you? Yep, there you are. Shit, I'm 2 hours late. No! Yeah. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna... I think I will turn on the GameCube, and we'll just do this for like another half an hour or so, just so that Shadow can join in for a bit more, since he was so late to the stream. Isaac in Netflixvania, I kind of have mixed feelings about. I don't like the race swap, but at least his character is a bit close to the source material. Isaac is very different from the games, to my knowledge. His character arc and development was kind of interesting. Yes, they did manage to make something halfway decent out of the abomination that they did. And Adrian can answer this better than I can, because Isaac is a fucking lunatic. As far as I know, he's nuts in the game. He's basically a sadomasochist. Like the dude's insane, and he's used, I believe, again, Adrian, cover me here. He's used as a vessel to bring back Dracula. He's very different from what he was in the show. If Maria in France during Revolution, she'd be in the streets in hunger. Yes. Yes, she would have. But she was also the son of the daughter of the abbot, so that wasn't going to happen. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Well, I intend to, because, Shadow just got here, and I would hate for him to miss out on things. Woke morons are a big fan of Wikipedia for a reason. Yes. Yeah, all biased information and whatnot. Let's see. Switch over to the GameCube screen because I managed to do this. Let me add. Give me just a second here. Let me add this in because I don't. All right, let's see here. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this, so let me just whip this up real quick here, guys. Oop, gotta get rid of that background. There we go, cool. Awesome, great. So yeah, here's the GameCube scene. Because I already have a bunch of these scenes already built. Give me a second. Give me just a second. There we go. Ah! There we go. I really need to make an intermission screen, too. Alright. Let's see if that works. No, I don't care. There we go. I spent a lot of time trying to dial in all of the everything for this one, for the GameCube, because I ended up buying alright. I'll just go fuck myself. Thanks, GameCube. Let's see here. There we go. Hopefully that actually holds. Alright. How does the audio sound here, too? Game is a little loud? Alright, let me turn that down to about 25%. Alright, how does this sound now in comparison to everybody? Am I too high? Am I too low? Alright. Am I... Okay, I turned it way down. Is the game itself really... Is the game itself too loud? Or... How do I sound over the game? Let's find that out. It's good? Alright. Alright, good. Good. If anybody wants me to turn it up, just let me know, and I will do so, obviously. Like I said, I hadn't quite had all the time to dial in everything. I gotta... But yeah, so... Now that it's actually working, yes. I got an HD, No! Damn it! Let me sell for you, you shit. Son of bitch. You little... I just need to stop talking about this in a positive light. This thing is a piece of crap. Did that work? Damn it, didn't work. Alright, what is... Let's see here. Settings. No, that's correct. No, that's all correct. Let's here. Let me do this. Turn it off, and then turn it on, and give that a shot. I didn't bump any cables or anything, right? I'd hope I didn't. It has been working literally all day. Only now does it want to give me some shit. Oh well, we'll catch up on a few chats here while it tries to sort its own shit out. No signal. What the hell is going on? Let's see here. Going overtime, boys. Same capture card. This is the discontinued Elgato, the Pro HD 60. This is the discontinued one. I don't know if you have the same as I do. But yes, I do use an Elgato nonetheless. Oh, intermission of Kefka juggling. Yeah, I could probably toss him in or something like that. Or just have me running around trying to put out fires. Evil Laughing Clown? Yes. Giant Metal Chicken? Yes. Gigan is one of the best designs the series ever put out. There's a reason why he's like a constant fan favorite, and that's one of them. Loud, not to be Goldilocks, but it might be too quiet now. Okay, I will increase it when I get it working. What do you mean the device is not available? Did my Elgato just shit? That would suck. You know, it wouldn't be one of my streams without technical difficulties. Because this basically happens every time at this point. Snow White live action is going to be a disaster. Yeah, the fact that they still have that even as a concept blows my mind, because you would think they wouldn't be trying to continue it after what Rachel Zegler said. That idiot has cost Disney so much money, and yet they still continue to let her work with them. It's nuts. Not to mention how absolutely forced that the all right, let's give that a shot. Try that again. I unplugged it and plugged it back in again. So I am a professional IT worker now. I'm gonna put it to about 25% again, and I'll talk over this introduction, and we'll see how it all is. But yeah, so let me continue catching up with things real quick. Found a hyperfixation besides Toho and its psychedelic techno MVs. Oh, neat. Never understood the love for Godzilla, but I've been enjoying this stream. Yeah, well, it's not for everyone. I mean, obviously some things are liked more than others, and that's totally fine. You know, some people like Warhammer, some people don't. Some people like Godzilla, some people don't. But that's okay. You know, you can't please anyone, everyone all the time anyway. So it's all right. Disney's making a live-action Hunchback of Notre Dame. Oh, great. That ain't good. Snow White live-action is... Oh, yeah. Snow White live-action would be a disaster. Yes, absolutely. Stream intermission would be a great way to flex that dark fantasy 16-bit style. It's one of the best things about your channel, I think. Thank you. I will definitely try to do so. I think it will give me a good opportunity to pull a lot of animations and make them. And I can also overlap everything, and because you can just add a source in, what I could do is I could set like I could make like a 5-minute, 1-minute video that just kind of acts as a final countdown towards things before actually doing the stream itself. Yeah, Brancliff, you were right. Should be paid for every second I have to see Rachel act. Yes, yeah. Every one of us should have. We should be paid to deal with her. Oh, I don't know. I don't know who you are, and I appreciate that you joined. Quick, can anybody read? Can anybody read? I think that's Japanese. I can't do anything. Crap. I can't read it. Well, whoever you are, I say hello. Thank you for joining. Oh, it just says hello, very politely. Oh, thank you. I hope you enjoy the stream for what little time, relatively, I will be on here. You know, only, like I said, only about, give or take about another 20 or 30 minutes or so. Should be enough time to get through at least one good run of this. Oh, I do need to check also, options. Oh, people are speaking languages I can't understand. And then Shadowmaster in here with his drunkenness.
Attention, inhabitants of the planet you call Earth. We are the Vortac, alien invaders from a distant galaxy who possess an intellect and technology far superior to your own. We have come to seize control of your planet and plunder its resources for our own purposes. It's what we do. All Earth inhabitants will be enlisted to do our bidding. You are instructed to proceed to the nearest outpost for processing. Oh, to encourage your cooperation, we have
used Google Translate.
Oh,
all right.
And have unleashed all monsters under our mind control rays. Monster attack on your major population centers is imminent. Not even your strongest monster can break free of our control and defeat the others. That is all. Am I still on? Oh. Well, we now return you to whatever it was you were doing.
That was like enduring CNN. Have you ever tried EDF? I don't know what EDF is.
Monsters, fight!
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Which one is it? I think it's B. Yeah, it's B. How are you doing today, my friend? Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you for being here. This is nice. I'm doing good. I have put in a lot of work to try to get this working. I'm glad you're joining, and I hope you enjoy the stream. Oh, sweet. Shit. Yeah, that's okay. Fuck off. Fuck. Oh, it's alright. I did it. Very dangerous. Good chilling in North Carolina. Thanks. Oh, nice. Had a buddy of mine, old acquaintance who was from North Carolina. Get back, ah, fuck! I knew he was running somewhere important. Nope, you don't get to do that. If you like Godzilla and old B-horror monster movies, you might enjoy it. Oh, Earth Defense Force. Okay, I gotcha. Cool. I really should learn how to do that Google Translate here so I can be able to understand people a bit better like that. Whoop. Nope. No throwing at me. I couldn't throw in time. I don't know where he's going, but I don't want him to get whatever he's going for. Oh, crap. Yeah, good job, dumbass. You're out of my range. Can't speak English. That's. I feel like you're fucking with me, but that's okay. That's okay. No big deal. I'm not worried about it. If you can't speak English, if you're not fucking with me, it's all right. At a later time, I will have to go and see about trying to figure out the
Ghidorah.
Google Translate so that I can actually communicate with you.
Monsters. Fight.
But otherwise, I do hope you have enjoyed the stream, and you know what little you have been able to understand if you have. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. You go that way. In fact, take this on the house. Woohoo! Come back, come back, come back! Maybe I just want to see some rad monster battles. Yeah, well, I'm trying to provide that to everybody. Oh shit, he's on the other side of the building. Oh, in full frames. Did you ever say how much you despised Ghidorah? No, Adrian. I did not know that you hated Ghidorah, Adrian. I'd have figured you actually kind of liked him, but that's just me, I suppose. It's my ass. It's mine. But how many times Tokyo gets destroyed, you'd think they would build underground. You know, that actually makes a lot of sense. You would think they would have gone the direction of, Evangelion, where Tokyo... Yeah, Neo Tokyo, right? Or am I thinking of Kira? No, Tokyo 2, I'm sorry. It's like Tokyo 2 or 3, right? But you would think that in the Toho universe they would have done something like that, but yeah. There's a second Tokyo underground. Oh, okay, it is Tokyo 2. Thank you. It's one of my favorite anime, and I totally forgot what it was in. What it was. Oh, shit. Oh, that's unfortunate. Neo Tokyo was... Yeah, that's what I thought. Gigan. I can't let him keep getting away with this. Oh boy. Stop it. Ah! Get back here and fight me. stop being smart and fight me like an idiot. I'm very sorry about everything I said. Oh, I ran out of... Ah, no! Everything I did was a fucking problem. Screw you. Oh, wow, he shot her right away. I didn't... Oh, yeah, he got me. Yeah, get me back into the fight. I used to enjoy four-way death matches in the game. That and Lord of the Rings games. Oh yeah, the Lord of the Rings games were fun. That was a close one. Nope. I don't remember how to quick... I don't know if I can quick target. Damn it. Watching the whole thing. Yeah, basically. Oh, I can't hit him with... I can't hit her with him. That's a bummer. I used to enjoy the... we need more Godzilla fighting games. Yes, we do. We absolutely do. And the problem is, there's not enough of them. But the last one wasn't particularly, enjoyed. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure it wasn't liked. Good dodge. No. Gigan has a quick double attack. You need to time your strikes for right after he attempts his combo. Yes, I needed to do that, and whether or not I did it, I did manage to win, which is good. I do miss these kinds of games. Just big dumb fun sometimes. Oh, heyo. Look at that. I do remember how annoying Rodan could be with just flying around like a jackass. Yeah, I like that, actually. Did I just sound like Anguirus? Rampage was another good one? Yes. Yeah, Rampage was fun, too. I stopped getting knocked down by the damn wall. Nope. Oh, good dodge. It sounded like Ridley, too? Kinda. Oh, he... okay. You win. Yeah, when was the last Rampage game? Wasn't that like on the GameCube? Because I really liked the one on... Oh, shit, it's Destroyer. Alright, well, here we go. Oh, no, it's over there. Oh, fuck that. I ain't letting him go near it. Kiss my ass. I am not above hitting and running away from a fucking Ghidorah in this game. Or, Destroyer. Destoroya. Yo! Refuse to let him have it. Got him. Oh, the Wii had a Rampage game. Okay. Yeah, now that I think about it. I knew it was somewhere. Total destruction for GameCube and Wii. Yep. Yeah, I thought so. Did anyone see that V-tweeter that got red pill and is taking responsibility for their actions? No, I can't say I did. Do you mean VTuber, Shadow? Who are you referencing? Because I know there's even on my radar, I've heard a bunch of different things back and forth from about different drama. Because like there was the one that did the streaming for the Hogwarts Legacy game, and that person got oh shit, I should have kept running. Anyway, the VTuber for Hogwarts Legacy was like horribly gone after and like I think her and a bunch of others got fired from their job, from the companies that had hired them because of their stances on things. Oh, got it off. Ah, I didn't get it off. Ow. Whoop. Balls. Ah! V-Tweeter is slang for woke V-Tubers. Oh, okay. Like how ReadTuber is slang for a woke YouTuber. Oh. I have never heard that. I've never heard that slang before. Oh, I got hit backwards. Oh! Bummer. I thought I was out of the way. Anyway, so there's a VTuber that has so there's a VTuber that has been red pilled. Oh, bread tube. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, breed. They don't want to breed. These woke idiots don't have any idea what a penis is even used for, let alone what it is.
Your monster has proven to be a worthy adversary, but it is of no consequence. We are now prepared to unleash our ultimate monster. But first, we need to offer a little demonstration of its awesome power.
Thought V-Tweeter meant a VTuber who spent more time on Twitter than they did VTubing. Well, this is all new to me, so I would have to rely on Shadow here.
90 versus Godzilla.
My favorite monster in the game.
Monsters. Fight.
Oh, we did knock the field down. Okay. Whoop. Oh, I could use that. Yoink. Get back here and fight me like a man! But yeah, anyway, so do you have any more information on this, Shadow? I'd like to know. I'm so glad Godzilla can shoulder press a monster almost his size. Oh, he got me in the middle of the air. Ow. Ah. Oh no! No, not like this! What the hell? Well, that was a dramatic finish.
Your monster has defeated our ultimate weapon and escaped. Our campaign to seize your planet has been thwarted. For now. But we will return, Earthlings. We will return.
Oh, that's not a bad time. Cool. And right about within the time frame that I thought it would be too. About, 9:30, 9:45. Cool. Well, Rev says Desu did a video on VTweeter. I recently post a post-day clip of their character dancing with Lollygod music video. Okay. Alright, cool. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed. I'm glad to finally be back to streaming here. Shadow, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed what little of the stream you got to catch in comparison, since I know you were so late. Chaos, Adrian, Dustin, Dalen, Lauren, all of you, thank you very much for coming out. I hope you all had a good time. I will work on trying to get that English translation going so I can be able to talk to whoever it was that came in and said hello. Yeah. So I'm going to try to be doing this weekly again. We'll keep the shorts going. Look forward to next week's video, of course. I think mid to late May, I will be stepping away for a week. Though I will try to get other content out in the interim for that time frame. But in the meantime, thank you all for coming out. I hope you guys all have a good rest of your night, and take care until we see each other again. Good night.